What's going on, folks? Welcome back to another video, and welcome to 2025 travel plans video. Super excited. This is a big one. Let's go. All right, folks, for those who are new, my name is Ross from Nebraska in the US, and welcome here to Ross Travels. If you're returning, I appreciate it so much. I'm here in Australia on a working holiday visa. I've been here for 16 months now, and my longest trip ever in life over the 5 years of traveling off and on. This is the longest I've traveled constantly, these last year and a half almost. I've always wanted to do a big trip. My longest trip has been 4 weeks. My longest trip without working, vacation, no time working, 4 weeks. And I've always wanted to do a massive trip. I didn't just come backpacking and come on the working holiday visa just to strictly work. So I am putting together this massive trip. I'm super excited for it. And so many places that I've wanted to go to, so many places that have been added in the last, week and a half. And so many places that a lot of you guys are not expecting. So stay tuned, be sure to hit that like button, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell as well. All of that helps me out so much. And folks, you're not gonna wanna miss any of the places that I'm going to and any of the places that you're gonna see on this channel. But before we do that, I've had a long night last night. Okay, I had a long night last night, so I need to shower. I feel very sandy. I'm over here on the beach. I'm very sandy. I fell into bed last night, so we need to shower. All right, I feel super refreshed now, not super sandy. So let me set you guys down while I prepare some breakfast. Let's finally get into it. So you guys have been waiting. So all these countries aren't in any particular order. Obviously, it's a big multi-month, multi-country trip that I'm pumped to go on, because like I said in the intro, I've never done a big backpacking trip and I actually want to backpack for once. First country, Sri Lanka, folks. I'm pumped. I'm absolutely pumped. I absolutely have been wanting to go to this region for a very long time, and I mean, we're finally going. I mean, obviously we see like the Candy to Ella train, and everyone goes to Colombo and stuff like that. We definitely will be doing that. Trust me, you know. But also, if you guys know me and know me personally, I always talk about going off the beaten path. Always talking about going to the non-touristy places. And a lot of people say that, but don't actually do it. So, and there's no shot at anybody, but we will be doing the touristy stuff. Like, what are we talking about? But, so we're gonna do the Candy to Ella train, we're gonna do Colombo, we're gonna do the whole island, we're gonna go to some off the beaten path places, and I'm very pumped. And another place we're gonna be going to, alongside Sri Lanka, is we're gonna be going to India, folks. I'm pumped. I'm absolutely pumped for India. Again, I know I talked about the region, just South Asia, because everyone goes to Southeast Asia. And again, no shot. I still will be going to Southeast Asia. I love Southeast Asia. It's very backpacker friendly, very beginner backpacker friendly as well. So there is no shot at Southeast Asia, but I just want to try something different. So we're gonna be going to India. Not to say that no one goes to India, but we're gonna be going to India. I'm pumped, you know. And again, we're going to some of the touristy places, Jaipur and New Delhi and Mumbai and Kolkata even, which is way over on the other side. But we're gonna be going really to some remote places, some places that no one really goes to. So again, off the beaten path places. I've been in contact with a few people. They're gonna, you know, kind of like guides here and there to take me around some places that not a lot of people go to, just to see another side of India, see some other parts, you know, and go showcase some stuff. And it's great. It's great. I'm super pumped. Before we get to the next country, I'm gonna make some breakfast because I'm starving, and let's see what we make. Let's go. Now to round out South Asia, I got 2 more places that we're going to be going to, folks. And the next place is Nepal. Yes, Nepal. Not because the flag looks cool, although the flag does look really cool. But I'm not much of a trekker. Now, I know Nepal isn't only for trekking. I know someone's gonna say it in the comments if I don't say it now. Nepal is not only for trekking, I know. But it is very well known as a big trekking area. Now, that's not to say I want to do a couple of hikes. I think I definitely will be doing a couple of hikes. I will be going around Nepal. I don't think I'll be in Nepal for too long, but I definitely will be in Nepal because it's just, again, just a super cool country to go to. I also got to go by Kathmandu as well, and a bunch of other places. And so that's going to be very, very fun, folks. And then the next place after Nepal is a place that I am so pumped up for. And a lot of people are going to freak out because they're going to hear a part of the word and it's going to freak them out. But that country is Pakistan. Yes, folks, Pakistan. I'm super pumped. Pakistan gets a very, very bad rep just because obviously it has Stan at the end of the word, so everyone's like, oh my god. Pakistan, I mean, one of them, I haven't been yet, but what I've seen, and obviously, you know, creators, you know, a lot of the creators only show like the really good parts and stuff like that, but I've seen some documentaries, I've seen, you know, content creators that don't only do just the positive stuff, they do some of the more real life stuff as well. And Pakistan just gets a terrible rep. It gets a terrible rep. Super hospitable people, great people. Like it's not as touristy. I mean, it is touristy. It's just not as touristy as a Bangkok or Thailand rather, or Indonesia or a Philippines. So again, nothing wrong with those places, but why not go to Pakistan? Why not try something different? Try something else that not a lot of people go to. And this is the reason why I travel the way I do. I always try and go to places that not everybody just goes to for the first time. I like to just mix it up a little bit, not to go to the same place that everybody goes to in that order and that kind of thing. So we're going to Nepal, we're going to Pakistan, we're going to India, we're going to Sri Lanka, folks. I'm starving, I'm gonna eat, and then we've got a lot more destinations to get to. Stay tuned, let's go. Hot out here, my god. All right, folks, just taking a little stroll on the beach here. It's about 32 degrees outside Celsius. That's what, in the 90s for all my Fahrenheit folks. Anyway, take a little stroll here. Just watching some Simon Wilson. Had breakfast this morning, and now it's time for another country, another continent that we will be visiting and crossing off, folks. And that is Africa, folks. We're going to Africa. And more specifically, we're going to Morocco. But we're not just going to Morocco. We're going to Morocco with the one and only Joey. If you guys remember her from my Indonesia trip, but her Indonesia group trip. It was her group trip, her first group trip that she set up. But my Indonesia group trip series is what I meant to say on the channel here. Go check that out, 3-part series. Absolutely amazing. Those videos did very, very well. But folks, all of you guys who watched that, remember Zoe, one of the most amazing creators out there, and one of the most amazing people out there just in general. She's hosting another group trip in Morocco. Now this was like 2 weeks ago. So a new development, ladies and gentlemen, and yeah, as soon as she announced it, I was like, hey, I'm gonna be over in that area and I've got some time in this very, very big trip. So we just added it in, folks. That's the beauty of traveling, and traveling flexible. That's why you keep your options open, stay flexible. So in that way, when things like this come up, or if any plans change or anything comes up, or you need to take something out or add something in, you definitely can, and there won't be any issues. So folks, after our time in Central Asia, which I actually haven't talked about yet. Stay tuned. I might say that at the end of the video. I think I will, so stay tuned. But after our time in Central Asia, we'll be going off to Morocco on Zoe's second group trip, and I will be joining along with so many others as well. And I'm super pumped. New country, new continent. And we're gonna keep this thing going, folks. So take a little walk on the beach here. I'll pop back here in a sec. Enjoy the views, and we will get to to a few more places that you guys are not expecting. A few of you guys know, only like 4 people know. Out of everybody I know in my life, only 4 people know the next place I'm gonna tell you. And a few other places that I'm thinking about, but maybe I'll say it, maybe I'll save it. We'll see. Look at this, people, come on. Look at this, it's amazing. Folks, we found ourselves a little jellyfish. Or a partial jellyfish. It's so crazy to see in person. And you guys come out to Australia, be careful with the jellyfish. Yeah, some of them in some areas, especially up on the northern part, they'll fuck you up. So just be careful. I mean, hell, anything in Australia can fuck you up, really. Sharks, crocs. We got stonefish out here in WA. Those are very, very poisonous, very poisonous. Jellyfish, sharks. Hell, what'd I miss? Spiders. Fun fact though, because I know everyone says, you know, oh, Australia, spiders and snakes. I haven't seen a really, really big snake yet. I also haven't seen a huge spider. Now I have seen a huntsman spider, but I've only seen one once in like close proximity to me. This was actually back in November 2023. No, not November, this was in December 2023. A month after I first got here to Australia. I was working at Summer House Hostel in St. Kilda, Melbourne. Shout out, my favorite city. Shout out to the Summer House crew down there in St. Kilda. But I was doing the night shift out there, and I was doing some laundry. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I was taking the trash out from cleaning the kitchen and the common areas, and I was taking the trash out, went to go put it in the big dumpster, and I saw like a big object move, but I thought it was like lint because obviously the dryers and stuff were downstairs where I was at as well, and I thought it was lint, and plus it's also 3 a.m. I'm not really, I'm tired, and so I just forget it, and then I turn around and pick up another trash bag, and I see the lint with legs. I'm like, fuck, that's a huntsman spider. And so I like freak out, and so it starts running at me, and I take the trash bag and I slam it on top of it, and thankfully I killed it because I rolled the trash bag over and it was crushed. But that's the biggest spider I've seen, was the huntsman spider, but that was obviously what, 14, 15 months ago. So don't worry folks, when you come out to Australia, I know everybody talks about the snakes and the spiders. It's not all the time. It's not just snakes and spiders in Australia. Yes, a lot of things can kill you, but I mean, it's a great time out here. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to come out to Australia and travel other places, because anything can happen anywhere, folks. So, yeah, we're gonna keep walking on the beach here, and we will finally get, I know I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get to it. We're finally gonna get to the place that I've been alluding to. As a matter of fact, I've been talking about this a little bit on social media as well. Follow me on rosstravelsofficial on Instagram and TikTok, by the way. You guys get more live updates, more in-time updates as well, more in-depth updates too, rather than just the YouTube video. So make sure you follow me, rosstravelsofficial on Instagram. You guys get more live updates and more jellyfish. Look at that. We've got, well, they're like pieces kind of, but rosstravelsofficial for all live updates, folks, on Instagram and TikTok. Go do it. We got more. Jesus, they're everywhere. Oh yeah, more here. Fucking hell. Looks like I'm not getting in the water today, folks. I thought about it. These jellyfish are everywhere. Holy. All right, we ain't doing that today. All right, folks, we are finally gonna get to it. We are finally gonna get to it. But first, take a look at the water behind me. I mean, come on, look how crystal clear. how blue that water is, folks. Come on. Come on, we got some people kayaking out there. Oh yeah, got some boats, the jet ski in the distance, got a little bit of boats out there. I'll zoom in so you guys can see them. But that is good stuff, folks. This is what travel is all about. You cannot be afraid to travel. You cannot, again, for all my US citizens out there, I always reference the US just because I'm from there and I know how it's like. I'm not gonna speak on a country that I don't necessarily know about, so that's why I always reference the US and why I have, if you've seen more of my videos, you'll know what I'm talking about. Obviously I'm from there, so that's why I reference it, and I know exactly how we are. We don't go anywhere, you know? Everyone goes to Cancun and calls that traveling, you know? And Cancun is good, don't get me wrong. But like, people act so surprised, you know, when they see me in Australia, when they see me in Indonesia, when they see me, they're like, oh, how do you just gotta do it. You just gotta do it, folks, you can. I mean, everyone thinks it's like the most impossible thing, or not everybody, but a lot of people think it's the most impossible thing on earth, but they don't try it. I'm like, well, how are you gonna know? How are you gonna know? So anyway, folks, we were finally gonna get to it. One of our last destinations here, and that destination is somewhere where I really wanted to go for a long time. It is in Central Asia. It's a place that nobody is expecting. And yes, it is kind of touristy, not like a bunch of other places, obviously. A lot of people are gonna ask me why I wanna go here, but just this part of the world really fascinates me. If you've been following along the video here in the trend, a lot of these places are in Asia, both Central and South. But folks, the place that I'm talking about, the place I've been alluding to this whole video, and the place that is gonna really, I hope all of you guys are sitting down when I say this, because you guys aren't gonna believe it. But that place, and actually is gonna be my first place on this big trip. And that place is Uzbekistan, man. Yes, Uzbekistan. I know a lot of you guys were like, what, why? Ross, no. Don't go there, blah, blah, blah. I heard this on the news and blah, blah, blah. And I heard this and I saw this and this place is dangerous. And only just because you heard the word "stan" in there. I talked about this when I said Pakistan as well. Pakistan, you know, I think people are a bit more used to, a bit more comfortable with Pakistan when they hear Pakistan, because a lot more people travel there. You hear a little bit more than you do in Uzbekistan, more than you do a Kyrgyzstan or a Kazakhstan, okay? But I know a lot of you guys have questions. Ross, why are you going there? Uzbekistan, why? That's the first thing everybody says. Why not? Listen, man, we all share this planet. We all share this planet, okay? Why not go to places? Travel is not just about going to Mexico. Travel is not just about going to Thailand. Travel is not just about going to Indonesia or just to Bali, you know, or to Jakarta or whichever. No, Bali is not the entire country. Indonesia is the entire country. Although I know Bali is very popular and whatnot, so I get why people say Bali, but a lot of people will say Bali as if it's the country. Only reason why I bring that up is because one of my tour guides, actually during the group trip with Zoe, had told me that. They're like, oh, everyone says Bali, everyone says Bali. It's not just Bali, it's Indonesia. But anyway, but travel is not just about the countries that everybody goes to. And it's okay. It's okay if you want to go to those countries. I've been to those countries. I've been to Mexico. I've been to Indonesia. I've been to Thailand. So, you know, I'm not saying it's wrong, but it's okay to venture out and go somewhere else. And everyone's going to say, oh, it's not safe. It's not safe. It's not safe. But have you gone there? No, we haven't gone there. Okay, well, you know, but it's only because people just follow the news. They follow the news, folks. And it's killing us. It's absolutely killing us because the news only shows you and tells you what they want you to see and hear. Okay? Everyone says, oh, Mexico, cartels, cartels. I've been to Mexico. I'm gonna go again. Haven't seen any, you know? Not to say that it can't happen. I know someone's gonna jump on here and comment, say, oh, Ross, it could happen. Yes, I know it could happen. But people just assume that the first thing you see in Mexico is cartels. That's not true. I've been to Mexico. I've seen it. I've done it. You know? So it's like you gotta see different sides of it. You gotta go see it for yourself. That's my point. You can't just listen and see whatever's on the news. Okay, that's it. No, because they want you to see that. They want you to hear that. But have you gone and seen it for yourself? No. Same thing with Pakistan. Everybody says, oh, Pakistan, just because it has the stand at the back of the world. Oh, it's dangerous. Oh, it's crazy. Oh, wait a minute. Pakistani, I know Pakistani people myself personally. They're the most humble, hospitable, just great human beings. And you would never know because you're too busy watching the news. So it's like, you can't just look at what's on TV and say, oh yeah, that's it. You know, and it's easy to do. It's easy to do. I used to do it before I started traveling 5 years ago. And now look at me, I'm going to Uzbekistan. Okay, folks, that is my first destination on this big multi-country, multi-month trip is Tashkent, Uzbekistan. And I am pumped. I'm absolutely pumped, folks. A lot more surprises, by the way, when it comes to travel. A lot of those are unconfirmed, but stay tuned. Again, Ross Travels on Instagram, Ross Travels on TikTok. You'll get some live updates. But folks, that's what travel's all about. It's about coming out and seeing places like this. We got some people canoeing behind me. I don't know if you can see them. But you got some people canoeing behind me. You got loads of jellyfish in the ocean, but it's like, that's what traveling's all about, seeing people and meeting new people and getting new experiences, staying in hostels, doing the Ross Travels icebreaker method, like I said in a couple of videos, okay? Meeting people and working in an amazing place with so many folks from everywhere, all around the world. And then meeting up again in another place, in another job, like my guys Mika and Tom. You know, we met in South Australia. They went home for 5 weeks, came back, got them a job here in WA. That's what it's all about. Meeting people, and then when they go home, and then if you go home or you go travel to that part of the world, you can go to their home country, or they can come to yours, or you guys can meet somewhere in a new place together. I mean, come on, people. Come on, people. So that's the big one, folks. I know I've been alluding to that for a while, and a lot of you guys are shocked, like, why the hell would you want to go there? Why not? And a lot of people are gonna ask me, am I scared? No, I'm not. My goal is to travel every single country in the world, and I'm super, super pumped to get to some places that not a lot of people go to. That's the way I like to travel. I want to try and incorporate places that people don't go to, as well as places that a lot of people go to. And there's nothing wrong with those places either way. Yes, someone's gonna tell me, Ross, some places are dangerous. I know that, I understand, you know? There are some places where I just know I cannot go right now. I know, you know, I'm not saying I'm gonna throw myself into a war zone. Everybody calm down. You know, I understand. But push some limits. You're saying, oh, why would you go to India? So many people there. Why not? But everyone talks about India. Oh, the scammers. There's scammers in the US. There's scammers in the US. There's scammers everywhere. There's scammers in Paris. There's scammers in Rome. But everybody goes there. Everybody goes to Rome. Everybody goes to Paris. There's nothing wrong with it, obviously. But it's like, you can say that about some certain places, but the same thing happens in places that a lot of people go to. There's a lot of scams in Bali. It's you know what I mean? Like, come on. You can't just pick and choose what you want to criticize and not criticize based on popularity. So again, not getting controversial here. It just is what it is. Like, anything can happen anywhere. But yes, folks, so Uzbekistan is the big one. And of course, the last one is Mexico. I actually just said that, Mexico. Going back to Mexico, rounding off this big multi-month, multi-country trip in Cancun. My buddy Cole, childhood friend Cole, and his fiance Kaylee are getting married, and I'm absolutely pumped, folks. Absolutely pumped. Get to go see my childhood friend again, and we get to meet up in Mexico. And I'm gonna be a groomsman for him, which is really, really cool. And he's getting married in January next year. So we're gonna round it off. And that's the reason why I want to do this big trip, because I want to work my way towards that, and also just do a big backpacking, like an actual backpacking trip. Not have to worry about working or finding a job or having some money, you know, for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months. I want to actually do the backpacking. I don't want to just save, go somewhere for 2 weeks, and then come back. I don't want to do that. I've done that forever. That's how I've always done it, folks. All right, folks, now that's gonna round it off for that video. I'm absolutely pumped. I know some of your guys' jaws are still on the floor from Uzbekistan. You guys are wondering why. Okay, so I know so many people that are gonna say that. Why? Why would you go to Uzbekistan? Why not? Why not? We've already talked about it. I'm not gonna go over it again. Folks, I'm pumped. This is gonna be at the end of the year, starting in August. I don't know if I said that already, but the end of August is when we're gonna get going all the way into the end of January, where we're gonna be ending off in Mexico. Super pumped, folks. Like, this is awesome. This is awesome. So I've got plenty of time to save up, got plenty of time to plan out some more surprise destinations that absolutely nobody knows about. And that's gonna be really good. Be sure to follow on Instagram and TikTok, rosstravels.official on both for more live in-time updates, more surprises, and then more interactions as well. We're gonna keep this thing going on YouTube weekly. We'll do a video and a live stream alternate per week. So a video one week, live stream the next week to talk about it and get to interact with you guys live, vice versa, video, live stream. So absolutely pumped, and I can't wait. I'm pumped to go to Central Asia. I'm pumped to go to Tashkent, my first destination on this big trip. I'm absolutely jacked. Get to go to a new country, a new continent as well in Africa with Zoe and Zoe and company and her second group trip. Super proud of you, Z. This is amazing, folks. This is what traveling is all about. Get your passport, travel the world, stop being scared to travel. It does not cost $1 million to travel, people. It does not cost $1 million to travel. It's absolutely so much easier than you think. If you want to know about the working holiday visa in Australia, I've got a 3-part series here on the channel. Be sure to go watch the Bali series as well to get inspired for a group trip. And I think Zoe's got some more spots on her Morocco group trip, so go check that out. I'll leave it in the link below. No, she's not asking me to say this. I am putting it in there because she's amazing. And if anyone wants to go to Morocco and needs an excuse to travel, here you go. I'm helping you out, people. I don't know why I'm walking backwards, but I'm super jacked. I feel like I'm walking through sand dunes because the sand is so high over on this side of the beach. I'm absolutely pumped. I'm Ross Travels. Get out and travel the world, and I'll see you later. Let's go.